Spurs first with J.R. Reed. Nothing Orlando.
That's one way to neutralize Shaquille O'Neal.
Defended him on a set offense.
O'Neal a little farther away from the basket than he'd like to be. Is
going to be up and down. It's going to be played at pace. There's going to be a lot of space for people to work. Right now, San Antonio has the edge.
3 straight. Reed off to Avery Johnson. Left-handed like his coach, John Lucas. Good feed to Robinson, who scores, and he is fouled. Anthony Bowie reaching in.
That time. Here it is, the speed of David Robinson's ability to get down the court and take advantage of his quickness.
Johnson unable to connect. Tipped by Reed. Controlled by Daniels. Rejected by Shaq. His first block.
What they have to do is get O'Neal involved down in the low post. And you can see that's his overpowering strength. And that's the first time he's been able to do that.
O'Neal over the back of Robinson. And it's stolen. Lloyd Daniels comes up.
I think the fans should also realize that you're going to see a lot of jump shots in this game today. Good pass right there by David.
David Robinson
with Shaquille O'Neal, so we can get Magic back in the game. He's kind of lost here without his man doing something. And David Robinson's got on top, but
Mike can't make that shot.
1 for 5. The Magic from the perimeter. Skiles for 3. It's back out to Johnson, and it's Robinson. O'Neal not coming out too far, so Robinson takes the jumper. By 5. Orlando breaking with Bowie. O'Neal.
A tough shot was forced out of Anthony Bowie, and Shaquille O'Neal, eyes wide open, knowing that he had an easy 2, throws it down with 2 hands. He wanted to look at David and say something. This is a guy that they got to really be aware of, and you see what happened with David Robinson shutting that down.
And it's Daniels from Avery Johnson. Oh, he had position that time, and that's automatic.
That's that power, that strength.
There I go.
Oh, and there's the quickness. Snapper, that's what you talked about. Woo.
Well, here comes the power of Shaquille O'Neal. David gambles and slam dunks.
But quickness kills, and you can see out on the floor, Shaquille O'Neal is not used to this. David Robinson flies by.
Dennis Scott, who's been injured, returns for Orlando, and David Robinson hits another and shot the cold Magic team here in the first quarter.
O'Neal, and O'Neal's going to get an offensive foul. And again,
casting.
Del Negro off to Robinson, inside to Carr. Oh.
David Robinson.
Del Negro weaving his way and then sets up David Robinson for the 12-footer. 9 points for David Robinson.
Plays with Greg Kite being the screener most of the time.
Robinson made the block, and on the scramble, it's Greg Kite class that they put young Shaquille in. With 1 on the clock, he got the shot off, and a foul on the play. Scott, a top pick for the Magic to O'Neal, who misses the dunk. Williams gets it back.
To make O'Neal make some decisions at his end of the floor.
Ellis was on the line, toe on the line, so 2 points for Dale. Shaquille over Robinson, and Robinson has another rebound.
Could be a costly move. They should be doubling off Willie Anderson.
Robinson and Shaq slow getting out there, and Robinson takes advantage. 11. Doing well. Donald Royal goes out now. The toss for O'Neal, and Robinson fronting him makes the steal.
The ability of David Robinson is going to confuse Shaquille O'Neal. Robinson wide open.
Misses the shot, but Carr there to jam it home. Robinson sets up Carr. Yeah, they jump 2 men out on Robinson. Good point. Robinson uses the quickness, and the body bumped him out of bounds. And it's traveling, and Lucas can't believe it.
David Robinson right here. He was by.
But the foul goes to David Robinson. Oh, my.
They're taking so many jump shots. You got David Robinson down in that middle. they can't do anything else. There go David for a jump shot that time. But
where's David Robinson?
Colbert dishing off to Bowie, blocked by Robinson. Another in a late whistle and a foul on Robinson. That's his second, and both certainly of the questionable variety.
David Robinson first look for the double team.
O'Neal with a block and push that thumb.
And also, there was no double team there, so they must decide to play David straight up. The baseline, he's definitely going to dunk on you or lay the ball in.
He can use his pulling power on the baseline, and it's not
nothing. They're looking for the lob play inside first for O'Neal.
Turnaround for Shaq. O'Neal over Ellis. Misses. Robinson bats it out, and Robinson really favoring that left hand. Great pass by Johnson, and O'Neal blocks Robinson again, but fouls him. Number 4 for Shaquille O'Neal. But until that play, it committed only 5. And there's the big guy.
Big move by Shaquille O'Neal.
J.R. Reed, that's a tough forced fall away, and Robinson nice in for the rebound, and he can't hit. Shaq can't get the rebound. Another miss by Robinson. Good defense by O'Neal, and Orlando gets the ball.
David Robinson is saying, I got hit on my 3rd try.
Basket here in Orlando in a single-digit deficit. Colbert rejected by Robinson, who again uses the right hand to bat it out.
Trying to come back to Shaquille O'Neal. Same play.
O'Neal short on the jumper.
Same play, but
Bowie in a crowd and knocked down.
Blocked again by David Robinson in the pick and roll instead of Tom Colbert.
O'Neal daring Robinson to shoot that 12-footer, and David says thank you. Skiles with Robinson. O'Neal lowers the shoulder, doesn't hit it.
And that was an offensive foul.
And knock it away. David Robinson with 14 rebounds.
There's Carr inside, makes it look easy.
Yes, he's been the biggest pulled up for the free throw line jump shot instead of trying to take it all the way.
There's Nick Anderson. Back to Antoine Carr as he goes on offense again. Shaq almost tipped in by Daniels of San Antonio for Matt Lucas's Magic.
But the way that John Lucas walked down to the end of the bench, they're willing to stay in the game, and San Antonio's got to do just that. They've got to take advantage of David Robinson against William for Robinson.
Carr back to Robinson. Rebound O'Neal. Knocked away. Boy, got to fight to get that one away, and just does beat the buzzer. And a foul. And I believe on Robinson. That'll be his 3rd.
Because they're going to start to go through him.
Robinson, the jumper, and hits again.
That's the difference between San Antonio.
Thought he got fouled. Bowie stripped him of the ball. O'Neal.
Oh! That'll get him going. Oh! Lucas. He doesn't want Orlando to feed off this smash. 6:18 to go. And the good news is the backboard and the basket are still there.
Where Reed and the Carr have dominated at that end between them. And
nobody's been able to guard the power forward. Now they're going to put a guard on him.
Good hit. Donald Royal setting the table for Shaquille. 8 points the lead for San Antonio with just under 5 to go. 4 dunks for O'Neal. 17 points in the game. Reed and Royal. And that's going to go against Reed. His 4th.
I guess what Coach Lucas was saying is that, hey, if I don't have no big man that can guard J.R. Reed, well, I'll put a small, quick man on him, and maybe I can neutralize what he's been doing.
Looking for O'Neal.
He got the baseline to hit the underside of the backboard.
David Robinson forced him too deep. He did.
The San Antonio lead with 2.5 to go. And O'Neal, boy, does he get up. Such quick feet for 300 pounds. Johnson, O'Neal picked it off. He said, all right, come on in here. And then thrown away.
Four with it. They're going to wind the clock down here.
David Robinson, 22 for
up the clock.
Robinson.
See, this is what
Being cut. Brian Williams, the final throw. The San Antonio Spurs, leaders in the Midwest, with a scrap in Orlando, and John Lucas.
Well, I just wanted to get someone out here even taller than Irvin Johnson, so I could really feel like a midget. And in many ways, a gallant effort today, David. We all know that thumb didn't feel all that good, and several times we saw you shaking it today.
Well, you get out here and you start playing, the adrenaline starts flowing. It doesn't hurt at all. You gotta play. And Shaq, I knew he'd be up for the day, so I knew I had to be ready for him.
Well, you know, you said it at the beginning of the game. You wanted to force him to the middle.
Right.
I think that was the key to the game for you as far as defense and Shaq.
Yeah, he made a couple of the moves that he did make down there, were turn back baseline, and made that little hook, and that's what I was trying to keep him from doing. But he's so big, he's going to be real good. He's going to be real good.
And your teammate Antoine Carr, he really answered for you today.
Yeah, that was a big surprise because I knew Antoine was really hurting, and that was a brave effort because I really didn't think he'd be up for playing like he did tonight. He's dunking in rebounds and everything, so I was real happy to see that. We needed that effort.
All right, now for the first time, you've really gone head-to-head with Shaquille O'Neal. And if you were writing today's column, what would you say about it?
I'd say it was a good matchup, but I'd say our team, we came together. We got some good efforts from guys, like JR and Antoine inside, and really hurt them. I'd say Shaquille did a good job. I mean, he's growing, he's learning, and I'd just say it was a good matchup. I wouldn't say much more than that.
Well, David knows all about young players because he's got a 7-week-old David Jr. You can't wait to get back and change the diapers.
Put that ball in his hand. I'm going to have him dribbling around the room. I'm going to tell him, though, big men, that's where, you got to play big man. I don't want to see him as a guard.
Congratulations, David. Thank you for the visit. David Robinson.